Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Chris, and this is Regular Guy Training. So, we're out here in Maine doing Rifle 1 and 2 because I'm stupid. And, yeah, it's cold as shit. And we ran into a little problem. Let me introduce you guys to Paul. And of course, that's the pseudo name for fucking Santa Claus. You go ahead and act like he doesn't look like Santa Claus. That's been our nickname for him the entire time. But so we had a little bit of a problem with your rifle here. What happened?
Just started hanging up shell casings, trying to mortar them out, kickstart them. Ended up beating the first one out on a sawhorse, basically, until it came out, and it had a fairly large burr on the rim, or close to the base.
Let's go ahead and check this out in chronological order here, right? Because this guy right here doesn't look so bad, right?
That was the first one.
Yep. Not too bad. It was starting to get kind of sluggish. The next one, if you're paying attention there, it's getting a little bit deeper, not a whole lot. Now this was the first one that we had to beat out onto like a post. If you can look at that and see it, it's carving a big-ass ledge into that shell casing.
Kickstarting would not solve that remedy.
Yeah.
No, kickstarting didn't do it.
I drove a heel into this thinking, okay, maybe he's just not done that before. That's cool. I drove a heel into this and I couldn't get it open. And now, the one that scared everybody. We're bulging.
And it's offset.
Yeah. So as you can probably imagine, there's a neat little groove in the chamber area of this rifle. So that's the biggest concern. The next thing here is, first and foremost, the finish on this gun's a massive piece of shit. Because you can see probably here, a bunch of rust on the recoil spring. It's popping now in the sunlight. All right, here's that.
And that spring's been greased since it was brand new. Regularly.
This gun is how old as far as rounds?
Oh, as far as rounds, you figure 2,400?
Yeah, 2,400 rounds.
Max. Could be as low as 22.
Check this out. Yeah, this finish is awesome. Okay, so, and also, you want to know something fucking cool? We're out here in the winter, and there's a bunch of guns that were specifically designed for the winter. Hey, Lucas, come here.
How's it going, guys? I'm Luke.
What happened to you?
So I had a couple of Century AKs take a complete shit this weekend. I had an M70, class 3 malfunctions, all day.
Yeah.
Ended up whipping it into the woods. I was that pissed.
And what happened with the other one?
Grabbed my C39, made it through a couple of drills, got to a point that mag latch was so stuck I couldn't get it out with both thumbs.
Yeah. We ended, a lot of you guys have seen my reload and stuff with AKs before, where I come up on the underside and kick it like so. I barely got it out that way, and that surprises me, because normally they fling out about 4 or 5 feet, right? So, oh, and by the way, on the Zastava, right? Mm-hmm.
The dingus on the back of the bolt was mushrooming
words.
Considerably, to a point where it's locking up inside the recoil spring channel and stopping the movement of the bolt forward. Like, it got to a point I was having to kick it or bat it into battery to get a round out.
Yeah.
And that's probably had about just shy of 4,000 rounds through it.
Oh, and by the way, you were using Magpul AK mags around this time around too. He hucked that into the woods, one of those into the woods today too. So you know what's fucking crazy, right? Is that I put out reviews and stuff, and a lot of times people are like, "Oh, well, mine's fine. I've cycled 50,000 rounds through my fucking Magpul mags. They've never split at the feed lips or given me problems." Listen, the reason why I have the opinions that I do is because this shit doesn't work. Okay? This right here is a RAS 47. This is a massive piece of shit. This follows the form factor of the most reliable rifle in the world, specifically built for the goddamn snow. And it's utter shit. Okay? We're out here. It's not even that cold anymore, and it's just snow. Okay?
No mud, no
Hey.
grit, no sand.
Yeah, no sand, no grit, no fucking anything, okay? And what's fucking crazy is that in an environment that it was specifically designed for, it's dicking up. Now, I'm going to put out a short little PSA here. If you currently own a RAS 47 and stuff like that, I would highly advise that you just fucking sell the thing. Sell the thing, pawn it, get a proper AK that fucking works. Adding a little bit of an addendum onto that, okay, there's several things that kind of play into this, and it's mainly why I'm not very surprised at all about the performance of the RAS 47 at all. Rob Ski was very, very, very polite in his judgment of the RAS 47 under a 5,000 round test. This rifle performed even worse, okay? And what's even crazier about that is that I'll show you one of the principal problems. Like the main problem that it had up here in a few, there will be a bunch of photos, mostly to show like overall wear of like moving parts, bolt, that type of stuff. And then we'll show you exactly what was falling apart essentially on this gun. So it blows my mind. It really blows my mind that even in like the plinking world, okay, I'm certain that there are a lot of people that over time will shoot their guns enough to where it gets close to the round count that this guy got to in a couple of days. Okay. And if it won't survive a round count that low, that puts it like even further below a lot of budget ARs and stuff. Okay, I've seen a lot of budget ARs and stuff come through class, and most of them die, but some of them don't. You know, it's well established by now that the RAS 47 has metallurgy issues. The thing is quite literally too soft as far as the moving parts are concerned to be considered even anywhere close to a legitimate defense piece of any kind. So there's that. This is absolutely fucking unacceptable. Okay. Yeah, it's cool and shit that Century is marketing it as, oh, it's an American-made rifle, and I absolutely want to support an American company, but not if it builds utter shit. That's what a capitalist fucking market is for. Okay? You buy the stuff that works and fuck off with everything else. This is not how we do business here. You do not sell self-defense items that die in under 4,000 rounds. A stoppage that, well, granted, an actual malfunction, an AK breaking of any type inside of 10,000 rounds is absolutely fucking unacceptable. And you shouldn't accept that crap either. Any comments? Sorry, I'm pissed.
Stay away from Century. Period.
Yeah. Give it a really wide berth.
I'll never buy another one. I'll never own another one.
Yeah, I'm done. Done.
You want to know something even crazier? And here's the kicker, right?
This is good.
Yeah.
You want me to go with it?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Well, this is two-day courses. It's rifle 1 and rifle 2. Had I only taken rifle 1, that failure did not happen till the morning of, it was the third morning, which was the first day of rifle 2. If I'd have taken only rifle 1, that would have happened to my rifle when I needed it. I could have been in a gunfight in my hallway of my house. I could have been hunting deer with it, anything. And particularly if I was in a gunfight and I had that malfunction, I'd have lost the fight. Losing a gunfight sucks.
Speaking of which, for those of you that are wondering what the problem was on it, the headspace is too tight. Okay? You didn't fuck with the thing. It's a stock rifle. And if your headspace is too tight and it's causing that kind of shit, that's a manufacturer issue. Okay? That's their problem. So absolutely fucking not. Do not accept mediocrity like that. And don't get fucking ripped off. Anything else, anybody?
He was about 200 rounds from pulling the pin on that hand grenade, guys. No joke. No joke. That's a range session and one fucking self-defense shooting. It's not much.
So, remember, regular guy's firearm is the last defense against tyranny. And fuck Century. Be easy.
Let me just take a second really fast before this ends to clarify what Lucas had to say there. He said he was about 200 rounds from pulling the pin on that hand grenade. Make no mistake, this rifle was a bomb. Okay, by the time that we had jacked out that, or had to force out that second casing, the thing was a bomb. It was getting ready to explode. For those of you who didn't infer that already from the parts coming apart on the rifle itself and from the casings beginning to bloom out. What he meant, though, however, was that post-Rifle 1, that first 1,400 round class, we found out that this was going to have that kind of issue about 200 rounds into Rifle 2. Like Paul said, you know, he found out the first day very early on in Rifle 2. So that would be day 3 of a total of 4 days that he was taking training with us. So just to make things nice and clear there, number one. And number two, I really want to thank Paul for all of the photos that he provided. This was his, he owned this rifle, and I asked him if it would be okay if we showed this off to the world, and he very happily agreed. And when he got back to the house, after he was done training with us, he went ahead and took all of the photos that you saw in this video here. So I appreciate that a lot, and Paul, especially since you know for a fact that this is going to help guys later on down the road. So that's it, guys.